pledge will be led by the gentlewoman from Texas, Miss Johnson.
I'm here this morning just to address education. How do we know? Because the people have told us so. We represent the ideal way to alleviate the shortages is by ensuring that children of all races and both genders receive the basic grounding in science and mathematics that will prepare them to pursue careers as scientists, engineers, and technologists. Is it not time then for America to grow morally? For those who fear to answer this question, I will answer it for them. The time is now.
Now more than ever, what happens in Washington impacts us here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Your Congresswoman, Berish Johnson, will help you understand what goes on inside the federal government and share perspectives from today's leading policymakers and opinion leaders. And now, your Congresswoman, Berish Johnson.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Capitol Report. Of course, our guest today is Mr. Jim Berish. He's director of the Technology Assistance Center at the North Texas Small Business Development Center. You know, the North Texas Development Center, Small Business Development Center, provides support to both new and established small businesses in North Texas, and it is a good one. It is a partnership program between the U.S. Small Business Administration and the Dallas County Community College. And there are incubators and all kinds of assistance for small businesses. Mr. Berish holds an MBA from Southern Oklahoma State University and a bachelor's degree in aviation management. He's also a commercial pilot. And today we're going to discuss the businesses and small business development in the Dallas area. He is so qualified for so many choices of jobs, but he has chosen to spend his talent helping small businesses, and we are all grateful for that. And thank you for coming today.
Thank you, Congresswoman, and we're certainly glad to be here. And the Dallas County Community College is of course the host of our North Texas Small Business Development Center. Mm-hmm. Elizabeth Klimbach is our region director, with Mr. Herb Austin, who is new into the Dallas area in the SBA district office. And so our programs and services, as you know, cover all of North Texas, roughly from Fort Worth to Shreveport, from Corsicana to the Red River. And we have a number of sub-centers within those areas that all community college based. And our services range from SBA loan assistance, business planning, business development, economic impact, and other programs and services. But one of the things that I guess I'd like to start this morning is that last year, approximately this time in February of 2008, we submitted a proposal to the U.S. Small Business Administration to be included in a new program called the Emerging 200, which the SBA was going to select approximately 50 cities in the U.S. to be included in this program that would get additional SBA high-level services. And there is not any cash transfer in it, but it's high-intensity training for existing small businesses. And so initially we submitted, and Christmas of this past year, we were notified of being included in that. There's right now there's 16 cities that are included in it, and Dallas being one of them now. And so we're in the process of launching this program and selecting a number of small businesses in the southern sector that have been affected more than other areas by the situation that we're in today.
Yes.
And so with that, today, we would like to show our gratitude, because when we submitted the proposal, you were so kind to give us a letter of support and also some follow-up efforts in helping Dallas efforts in being included in that program. And so we'd like to present you with this plaque showing our appreciation of of your efforts and your efforts, especially to the small business community in North Texas and Southern Dallas in particular.
Well, thank you so very much. I heard from a number of small businesses as Wall Street was in its first crunch that lines of credit were in jeopardy, and right at a time when they needed to meet payroll and increase their inventory. Have you seen much of a change since the early days of Wall Street? Of course, it hadn't been that long ago.
Well, we're working collectively with the SBA district office there in Dallas and Herb Austin, who is the new region director there, in getting that money freed up, back to the small business communities, because we're still assisting a lot of businesses develop business plans for loan applications to the major preferred lenders, and the SBA, as you know, sets up a preferred lender network of banks that distribute SBA loan funds, and those banks have loan officers dedicated to that. And of course, the major ones in the Dallas area are Chase, Wells Fargo, Compass, Sterling, and several more, and which we are included in a number of their meetings on freeing up this capital and discussing new ways that we can work within the new boundaries that we've been given, by the lending community and the SBA.
So the banks are still making funds available?
They are still making funds available. We're working with them on reevaluating some of the credit qualifications in there, because through this past situation that we've been going through, a lot of people unnecessarily have had blips on their credit that have affected their credit score evaluation, which ultimately then affects whether they're awarded the loan or not.
Tell me a bit about the impact of small business in the North Texas area.
The impact of small business right now, as we know, when we see read the headlines in the newspapers, and we see that especially the aerospace companies and telecommunication companies are making these massive layoffs, we have sent our staff, as well as doing specialized seminars now on business startups, and that's kind of the genesis of the small business community. When these people are laid off, they're looking for new opportunities, and when we poll a lot of these individuals during our counseling sessions, we find that many are, while they've been working at these other long-term employment jobs, they've always had a desire to start a business. And so we feel that within the next 6 months to a year, that a lot of these individuals that have been downsized now are going to be springing up into new entrepreneurial activities.
Because actually the workforce that seem to be losing jobs are pretty skilled people.
Yes.
In the North Texas area. We are kind of a high-tech environment, and so most of them do have the ability to start their own business. Many of them get ideas while they are working, and
Yes.
and